jazz master Maynard Ferguson performs, and Larry North. Good morning, Texas.
Mr. Ferguson, I know you're a man of very few words. That's because you speak through your horn. I had a question for you. I'm having a little party tonight, a little get-together. I was wondering maybe if you could come by and play a little bit, or... Oh, I think I understood that. Okay. Can you just say good morning, Texas, then?
All right.
All right.
It's Good Morning Texas, live with Deborah Duncan.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to... I'm so excited. Maynard Ferguson, welcome to Good Morning Texas.
Okay.
I'm Todd Whitthorne.
And I'm Deborah Duncan. You're speaking another language. He was speaking through his horn. You were speaking your own language.
I don't know what that was. But it's Friday. We're excited. And what a loaded show today.
Yeah, we do have a loaded show. Our first guest is one of the greatest trumpet players in the world. He's also a renowned big band leader. And at age 69, he's not slowing down for one note. We are very honored to start our morning off with this jazz legend. Here's Maynard Ferguson and his Big Bop Nouveau Band playing You Got It from their new CD, One More Trip to Birdland. Wow. Wow. Come on over, Maynard.
All right. Okay. You want me this way? All right.
What a way to start the day. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
people
you.
weren't awake. They are now.
Thank you very much.
Have a seat.
Now, the first thing I need you to do is to settle a little debate that's been raging here. Doc Severson spoke to him not too long ago, and he had the nerve to say that he can hold his notes a little higher and...
well, he's been known to get a little higher than me, I'll tell you that.
Oh, really?
Right,
Okay, so you're admitting...
This is a morning show.
Oh, boy,
sorry
we're not going to go there, man.
If it was an evening show, you'd be saying a little something else. Okay, all right, I got you.
No, actually, Doc and I are great friends, and in 1949, going way back then, we were on the Charlie Barnett band together, so we're great friends, yeah, and I admire him a lot.
Yeah.
Maynard, you have lived a very full life, and you're not slowing down at all, but let's take us back. You've been playing for a long, long time. We have some shots from your early age where your parents, I know, were very influential in getting you started.
Yeah, that's right. They were school teachers and principals, and look at that. Wow, look at them legs, huh? Yeah.
Maynard and Percy.
Yeah, nice waistline. I wonder what happened. Yeah.
It's happened to all of us, Maynard.
Yeah.
So you are 17 years old.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was when I had my first band. Yeah.
And people were referring to you as a great big band leader, even at that age.
Yeah, well, I was very fortunate to be the warm-up band in Canada for all the great bands of the era. I mean, all of them. So I would play for half an hour, and then they would come on stage and play better, you know.
Now obviously, that big band influence is very influential in your CD that's out now. I mean, that's a part of your roots. That never leaves you, does it? Although you play a wide variety of jazz.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I just love the big band feeling. And if you'll notice, I usually have a smaller big band than most people. That's because I have such great players nowadays with the jazz education moving as far ahead as it has. They all want to do their own thing, and they deserve to do their own thing because they're great jazz players. Yeah.
My mom complains that about the music today. She says there's nothing really new. They have to borrow from everything that's already been established. You came along at a time when it must have been so exciting as a musician because they were starting new forms of music.
Yeah, very much so. And of course, coming from Canada to the United States, I was able to get in on what was really the end of the big band era, especially as far as the commercial dance bands. Oddly enough, the jazz bands, the great ones, survived. I'm talking about Basie, Ellington, Canton, Woody Herman, etc. Whereas the commercial dance bands, because America started doing a different kind of dance. You know?
A different kind of thing.
Maynard, I know when you were starting out, you had a lot of people that helped you and brought you along. You enjoy doing that as well. I know Chuck Mangione, so many of them, Chick Corea. You like to take the younger musicians and kind of help bring them up.
Oh, very much so. And Concord Jazz that I'm with now, thankfully noticed that, and therefore I'm assigned to them as not just a recording artist, but also as a producer, not just of my own things, but of two brilliant young star musicians every year. Kristen Jacob, the piano player, was one, and Tom Garling, the trombonist, is another.
And also a great compliment to any musician, I would imagine, or actually probably in your case, it's a compliment to the people doing the movie, is to play theme songs, and you did one on Rocky. Yeah,
that was a wonderful experience because knowing Sylvester Stallone and all that kind of thing, and the fact that suddenly from being a jazz artist to being #1 on the pop charts of all things, you know.
Yeah, and, I was in high school band. We played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing. We played it.
Oh, yeah, sometimes when they have a high school band, we'll actually do it as an encore now after all these years, only we'll invite the high school band to come up and play it with us. So suddenly my band, instead of being 10 musicians on stage, will be 140. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun to play with the kids. Yeah.
You spent an awful lot of time in Europe as well. You were huge, I know, internationally.
Well, I've been very fortunate in Europe and Asia, both, and jazz music is very loved in those territories, but we see more and more because of the up-leveling of jazz education, what's happening in our own country here. And so many great players, you know, including trumpet players, even playing high notes and all that.
Yeah, imagine that. Playing them higher than Doc Severinsen, but yeah, University of North Texas here has a great program, so I know a lot of those students are watching.
Yeah, by the way, that's where our drummer is from.
Well, there you go.
Tony Pia. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Oh, sure.
Well, thanks a lot. We'll hear from you a little bit later on.
Thank you.
Maynard, thank you very much. Man, his latest CD is titled One More Trip to Birdland, and I'll tell you, it's a good one. You might want to pick that up. Tomorrow night, he's going to be performing at Brookhaven College in Farmers Branch, and you can call our GMT viewer hotline for details. I wish I was in town for that, I'll tell you that much.
I'd stay.
With all the talk these days about getting fit, maybe if
you... Big Bop Nouveau Band.
That's right. If you enjoy jazz and the best of jazz, here they are.
Have a good morning, Texas, and a great weekend.
See you on Monday.
this legendary jazz man on. He is known around the world as really one of the world's greatest trumpet players.
Oh, yeah.
Plays all kinds of brass. And you know some of his proteges have been like Chuck Mangione, Bob James, Chick Corea.
Yes. This is his fourth decade of being a band leader, and he's got some of the big bop nouveau ready to go here. And this is the album called These Cats Can Swing. We're going to let him do it right now with a big Duke classic called Caravan. Here he is, Maynard Ferguson. Big bop nouveau.
A big bop nouveau?
Well, that's the name of the band, and the name of the album, of course, is These Cats Can Swing, which they certainly can. But
they really can. And by the way, we only had a few of them here, right?
Oh, yeah.
The rest of them are here.
The rest of the band is sitting right back there in the audience.
Hello, gentlemen.
Well, how big a band do you have?
Well, actually, there's 11 of us on stage.
Wow.
And so we couldn't quite fit all of them in here. And so we fit them all in the audience.
In the audience.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the
There they are. I get so inspired when I watch somebody like you and your guys perform? Because, I mean, I can't play anything. I have a piano in my home, I have a guitar, and nothing seems to really stick with me.
Well, I tell you what, it's a matter of experience and where life pushes you, you know. Like these horns that I have extra here are not necessarily just for demonstration, you know what I mean?
I figured you were going to play them or something.
No, well, I heard you're a trombone player, so I've got a flugelhorn here that's pretty close to that, and
well, it was a long time ago. I was in the 5th grade when I played it.
Oh, then that's great. You've given your chops a nice rest.
We're going to let him try it?
We're ready now, you know. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I bet he can do that. Is it playing
the same premise as
as a bugle, the same as a bugle, you know, gunga din and all that.
Do I have that? No, wait a minute. Where am I putting the finger?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You got to show me where to put the finger. Oh, right here.
You got it. Okay, that's right. All right, and then there's various ways of holding with the other hand.
How hard do you blow?
Well, tell me this. Now, what does it sound, before I do this, what is it supposed to sound like, the noise I'm making?
Okay, it's supposed to sound a little bit more mellow than my trumpet, you know.
Mellow.
You want me to show you?
No.
Oh, okay, you got it, all right.
I'm afraid for you to show me because you won't come anywhere close to what you're saying. But it's same as like...
That's it, yeah, like spitting a bit of tissue paper off the end of your tongue. Or...
You have slobber all over your lips.
Man, I tell you, yeah.
Look at that.
Wait, I noticed you have a callus right here on the top of your... Why is that?
Well,
I know you play a lot, but...
I'm a dry lip player, as they say, and meaning that I dry my lip before I play.
As opposed to what?
A lot of the guys wet their lips, and that way they look prettier. They don't have that little scar.
Well, she's got to play. Can she play that horn?
Oh, I've never played any kind of a horn.
Oh, good. Go ahead. We'll do a duet.
Which one will I give her? I'll give her the new mouthpiece. Yeah.
I've never done anything like this before.
Okay. Well, just put you're going to hold it with this one.
All right.
Guys in the audience are sweating this.
And 1, 2, 3, and if you want to put that there.
Oh,
okay.
I've got lipstick on. Will this ruin it?
No. It'll be a great souvenir, right, guys?
Lessons from the master. So you like.
Yeah. Like.
Okay. Almost.
That's better than
there was one note.
Yeah. Oh no! Put your lips together more.
You're spitting at me, Maynard. I'm kidding.
It's almost
not working.
Yeah,
like that.
But now you got it. Yeah. No. More of the mouth into the mouthpiece. Yeah.
Maynard, get her a drum. Get her a drum over there, real quick.
All right. Well, I got a little note out of there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. You have to be in such tip-top shape to hit these high notes, you know? I was trying to think, just the force to get that high note out.
Well, I tell you what, I've done it all my life, and when I was very young, I would imitate all the great trumpet players, you know. And the funny thing is that when you're about 12 years of age, you know, you miss a note, everybody thinks, wow, isn't that cute? He almost missed it, you know. At my age, you better hit it.
Well, yeah. I know you've been...
Hey! Yeah!
That sounded terrible, didn't it?
That's great.
It was noise. It
How
really was.
How come all the guys that play with you look like they're about 16?
Well, because I dye my hair this way. And, yeah, they do look young, don't they?
Do you like to be surrounded by young talent?
I do very much so, and of course we have to remember with music education being the way it is nowadays, it's like in sports. The guys are maturing at a much earlier age than they used to.
Right.
And so with all the International Association of Jazz Educators and music education in general, that's what's happening with the guys, and they're all great players. I've said this on television, now I'll have to give them a raise.
Yeah, I know. But you've worked with some greats who've gone on to great solo careers as well. Here's the latest album now, and it's called These Cats Can Swing, and they really can, with Big Bop Nouveau, Maynard Ferguson.
Now, as we go to break, we all have to do a little triette here, I'll call it. Ready? You start, and we'll just chime in, babe.
He's one of the hottest hunks in Hollywood.